Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another Behind the Group podcast. I am DJ Keo.
And I am Basil Barrington. And today, this is the last show of the year, but we're here to review the Expanse Season 6, Episode number 4, Redoubt. And they do release these on Thursdays around 6 or 7 o'clock p.m., right?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, so yeah, we gotta get earlier with these shows.
Yeah,
just
for
for this
sure.
because it comes on Thursday.
Yeah, for sure. Even though they drop them on Fridays, but I guess
I watched them on Friday. I'm busy on Thursday, so
yeah. I guess all Amazon Prime customers get it on Thursday, huh?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool,
so.
man.
I believe so.
What you think about it, man?
It's a solid episode. They're still laying down breadcrumbs for sure.
Yeah.
It's interesting that we'll do the synopsis first, then we'll get into it.
Okay, cool. You want to give a brief overview?
All right, so episode opens up at Laconia.
Once again.
We got a funeral for Alexander. For the longest time, I was like, yo, who's this kid's name? I have no idea. And they said it a bunch of times. It's Zan, and then Alexander is the kid that, was it Kira's brother?
Kara.
Yeah, Kara. And he got into an accident over some carts. That's all they said. You can hear, if you watch the episode closely, you can hear people talking in the background. And they said that he went around a corner in a cart too fast. And then they're going to execute the person who's driving the cart, which I thought, like, wow, okay. They're not playing around down there. And for part of the show, I was like, why are they going to execute? And then I realized that this colony is run by the Duarte, whatever his name is, the admiral that left Mars and helped Marcos. So obviously, he said in the last season, he said, we're going to rule this thing and we're going to get back to traditional values here. So I guess they execute people who mess up. So there we go. Yeah,
just like Marco.
Yeah, exactly. That's why they work together.
Yeah.
So like we predicted, Kira's gonna take her brother out on the
gurney.
Yeah, he pulled him on the gurney. He just rolled him out the house.
Dude, come on. Yeah. She's like, I mean, this must have been a very smooth pavement, nice
like,
rubber wheels.
You're in the middle of the wood. Like, if you had like a hovercraft thing or whatever, I'd be like, you know what? All right, she's got a regular cart with wheels on, and she's shoving this kid.
She's got balls, man, doesn't she? Got to give her that, though.
Yes, that's fair. So she's gonna take it to the space dog thing. Was there a name for this thing? I don't know what it is.
I'm calling it the space dog.
All right, so we're going with
flat head.
With the weird lips, space dog. Right. We're gonna
looking like Wanda from In Living Color. Come on.
They got to talk to that surgeon is giving them too much Botox or whatever. All right. So she's gonna take it to the space dog and heal her brother, which I think is gonna work.
I think it's gonna work.
Everybody out.
Yeah,
it's gonna freak everybody out. So we're calling that right now. You can bank that one. So back on series. Nico, was she the president of series? Was she administrator?
Is that the one? Is that the belter?
The one with the short hair, yeah, the belter with the short hair.
Oh, her name is what is it?
It's Nico. Nico, that's her name. Yeah,
the one with the short hair, who's in charge now? Who's the administrator of series?
Okay, we'll go with the administrator. And she's got a rousing speech telling everyone we're going to take the space station back and the Earthers can't tell us nothing. And during this entire speech, I was like, if they pulled out right now, you guys are dead.
That's it.
Literally dead. You wouldn't make it past 2 days.
No.
Your end of your breaths would be tomorrow if these guys
no water, no food.
They have no water. They blew up the water. That's the thing that blew up was the water tanks.
Wow, Marco, man.
So you are already running out of air and you're running out of water right now. You don't have no water. You killed, what was it, 30-something belters, 37 or something? I forgot the number was.
I think the total number was, it was, I think total almost 1,000.
Yes, a lot of people got maimed and injured.
It's crazy,
you're not running Jack right now without Earth's help, right?
No.
Like, stop it. What you should do is get off of that milk cart or wherever you're getting on. How can we help? Let's work
Yes.
together. You know what? There's no I in team. Let's how can we help each other out?
Stop
This
playing.
is
Where's my food?
hilarious. Hilarious that she's talking like that, talking reckless. Because Mars is already the bounce right now.
That's it.
And if it wasn't for Christian, these guys would be done for. So all right, so I'm getting off a tangent. All right, we'll get back to that. Rocinante, Amos and Bobby are singing. They're doing some karaoke, and Peaches tells Amos that Holden disarmed the missile, and Amos just has some choice words. He's not happy
Yeah,
about that.
he's not happy.
I'll say this about the episode: I like Peaches even more than I did before. I didn't think that was possible. Peaches is freaking awesome, right? She's a ride or die.
She's a team player, isn't she?
She's a team player.
Yeah.
Peaches represents her. Right? I like Peaches a lot. So in the Pele, Marcos is he's telling everybody, space everybody that messed up on the battle. Just
do it yourself, dude.
Dumb. Look, Rosenfeld is another team player. She is a G.
Mm-hmm.
Without her, this thing would have fell apart a long time ago. She's actually holding this thing together.
Yeah. She's
like,
not afraid of him either. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she's talking to Marcos like, listen, you bum. Like, pay attention.
Dude, I mean, come on.
You
just can't go spacing people because you don't like them.
Yeah, she's like, yo, what do you think you're going to get out of this? And she's like, I'm going to take over this whole thing. He's like, all right, here's a couple. I'll toast to that. Like, all right.
Insane, man.
All right.
Marco is insane.
Yeah. So I think that, okay, we'll jump back to Rocinante and then we'll go back to the belt and the Pele. Amos is talking to Holden and he's cutting through about how what he did and it didn't make any sense. And I think that's interesting because when Naomi had the talk with Holden, she was also like, dude, what are you doing? We're in a battle right now. I know my son peeked over in the corner like, hey. Like,
right. I saw that fool.
Yeah, it's like I saw him too. Like,
I saw that fool as well. Come on. Pull the trigger.
He chose his side, yo. Like, yo, YOLO. Get this thing done. And like when Naomi gave him that speech, I was like, you know what? She's right. He's absolutely right. You took pity because this guy peeked over like that. And this for a brief moment. After all the stuff he's done, Philip is in charge of blowing up half of Earth, man. He's killed billions of people now.
This guy has blood on his hands. I mean, come on.
Up to his
you gotta
elbows.
get rid of this fool.
Yeah, like, I'm sorry. That's not good. I know you felt sad for a second, like, oh, he's going to miss his mommy. But,
no.
Dude.
We called that last week, too. We said he would either, he didn't want him to be a martyr or he did not want to kill Naomi's son. And that's what it was.
We called it 100%. We called it. And that it did look sad though, because he looked at what's happening, Daddy. Like,
Mommy, hello. Please don't kill me.
All right. So
yeah.
All right. So we got to jump over to Kamina. Kamina finds a depot full of food and stuff. You got weapons, you got food, you got all kind of stuff, and catastrophe strikes. All right, because I think that she correctly guessed that somebody's coming back to pick these guys up. They were just hanging out there, and there. What's the guy's name? I don't even know what his name was. He's like soldier number 3, the guy who lost his arm.
Oh my goodness, yeah, he's I forget his name, but he lost the arm, dude.
I salute to what's her name, Machino or whatever.
Machino, I think, Machino.
Yeah, salute to her. I would have thrown up everywhere if I had to do that. If I had to cut somebody's arm off in the middle, I'm sorry, I would have thrown up all over everybody. It would just been a comedy of errors there. So salute to her being a medic and coming through and saving this guy, the rest of his body, whatever, because he wasn't gonna make it. Because they were gonna lift this thing up, he would have bled out right there. Because you're already in space, so your blood's already thin, and then this thing happens to you. It was a bad thing. Salute to her, right?
And it fell on him twice.
Yeah, it fell on twice. Because the second time, it was like, yeah, this arm's done. She's just like, it's done. Just cut it. So Kamina makes the speech of all speeches for the show.
Mhm.
She called this guy a
She called him out.
biatch, right? She was
She
like,
was
"Yo,
like,
you're a
"You're a
space
coward.
biatch.
You
You're
like
a
spacing
coward."
people. You're running
She's like,
away.
"Yo,
You
yeah." It's
still
like, "Yo, you
can't
out
find
here?"
me."
She's like, "I'm still in these space streets right now. You can't do
You
nothing to
know,
me. Come
he
bring
doesn't
it."
listen. He doesn't want. Marco does not want that Kamina smoke. He does not.
Yeah, she does not want that smoke.
He
Yo,
does not want that
that
smoke.
that was I think that was a speech of speeches for the show because everybody was like they're watching it on their phones and they're like, "Oh," and then Marcos was like, "Ugh." And then Philip was like, "No, no, 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 she's against us. Yeah, yeah, no, we got." He tried to say that speech didn't do jack, man.
Yeah,
Nobody cared what Philip had to say. Everyone's looking at her like, "Yo, she's got credibility. She's in the belt. She's one of us. She's a real one of
she's
us.
out there, right? She's out in the
Yeah, she's
streets
out
doing it,
there."
right? Mm-hmm.
And and the fact that she said that way, I think they got cracks all over the squad. There's people are not really rolling with them. They're just going through the motions at this point after that
Yeah.
speech. I think that it's a problem. I'll put it like that.
Mm-hmm.
You've created a bigger problem with that speech there. The other thing we got to talk about is Christian, and they did their own thing on their own side with the propaganda with Monica.
Mm-hmm.
She filmed the dude with the cat, and he gave a good
She,
talk about what
yeah.
he like. He said, I'm born on series. This is my life." He's got his Earth cat, or was he called the cat? I forgot what it was called.
Left Earther or Earther, I
Yeah,
think he called him.
Earther. So like it's something silly. And
Left
he's
Earther, I
mocking.
think. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's mocking Earther with the cat because he's like,
Right.
"The cat's fat. I give it everything it needs." But
Whatever it
like the
needs, I give it
reality,
to it.
yeah, but the reality is that you hear what this guy's saying, like, it's a man on the ground talking, and then you see the explosion and what they did to their own Earthers. That has to hit, man. That has to hit hard.
Yeah.
So you got Kamina airing you out your dirty laundry. You can't do nothing to me. I'm out here. And then you got Monica showing what this guy's done to the belt and how he doesn't care. I think that's a hard 1-2 punch for what people think about Marcos, at least right now. So that's the rundown for the show.
Dude, okay. Let's take it from
What do you want to
Laconia.
start?
Let's go
All
with
right.
Laconia. That's like a quick
Okay.
layup. So again, this is the 4th episode. They start on Laconia, and
Mhm.
we now know that Laconia, it's possibly in cahoots with the Free Navy.
Well, it's
Um,
100% in cahoots with them.
it's 100%.
'Cause
Okay,
that's
so because I'm
the
not quite
admiral.
sure yet. I know they
Well,
are, but I'm not quite sure if it's 100% yet.
I say 100% because of the end of the last show,
Mhm.
because they sent whatever that thing was through the gate to go to Laconia.
Mhm.
So I think they're still working together.
Yeah,
And because the admiral there, so it wasn't like they were colonists from before and they just went through. Like the admiral that screwed up Mars, that ruined Mars, and gave Marcos all the ships is there running this colony. So
Mhm.
it has to be 100% coups.
What do you
I'll
think
go on
about
record.
Kara pushing dead Alex out on a gurney
I'm
to
not gonna
go
lie,
meet the
I
space
laughed.
dog?
I
True.
laughed out loud. I thought that was hilarious.
She's
She's
like,
rolling about.
I'm gonna save my brother.
I thought that was
Just like
hilarious.
really. So I mean, okay, they've paved the walkways, the roads. They're
Mhm.
nice and smooth. They're even. They're so smooth and even that you can push a gurney on these
Yeah,
roads, right?
she's in the middle of a
Through the
jungle.
forest, in the
It
jungle.
looks like a jungle.
Yes. It's
So
it's
at
a
some point
smooth
in time,
road to where the
you're
dogs
gonna have,
are.
but at some point in time, you're gonna have to pick up your brother and drag him across the way.
Right.
There's no way you can get that the gurney over this thing. You
Hmm.
got rocks, you got trees and branches. She was cutting through the branches to get to where this thing, the space dog, was in the first place. That I laughed so hard when I saw that. That's hilarious.
Kara's a
They
trooper
should have
though,
been
man. I'm
hovering.
serious. Hmm.
At least he's thinking forward. I
Where's the
don't think
mom
the
and
other two
dad
know.
too? I mean, no one heard the gurney coming out the house.
Worst colonist of all time.
I'm telling you,
Go
man.
down in
I
history.
told you I'm calling
Worst,
DYFUS on those fools.
right?
Family services, we have a domestic,
We need space
we have an
family services
abusive
to show up
family
there.
situation here.
What the neglect from his parents,
Mhm.
right? Absolute neglect. All right, so I think that she's gonna bring her brother back. For 100%, she's gonna bring her back.
She's definitely thinking that, hey, if they brought back a bird,
Yeah,
maybe they
there's
can
could
bring
do something
back
else.
maybe
Yeah,
this species that I can't communicate with, um, can bring
it's like
back
a
my
stick.
dead brother.
It's a stick just poking her brother, like, hey, do something, like,
And it
where
probably
her at?
will happen too, right?
Yeah,
And
of course it's
then
gonna
the
happen. Of
space
course.
dog we're gonna now find out what are these creatures all about, because obviously not everyone knows on Laconia about these
Yeah,
creatures, you
yeah.
know,
I think there's bigger creatures there. I think that's probably like a baby, and there's a giant space dog that's gonna do the healing.
like a mama
That
space
makes the most
dog.
sense. Yeah, like his mom was space dog.
Hmm.
I think like that's a puppy or whatever. I don't know.
Hmm. Well, there were two of them last week, remember, in the last episode.
There was two. Okay,
Yeah, they
I don't
showed,
remember.
like, when she was walking away, they showed one, and then another one walked up, but you only saw the top of their head.
Mhm.
So I was like, oh, there's two out there. Okay. So yeah, she's gonna go and she's gonna see if the space dog can bring back her brother, like the
Mhm.
space dog brought back the bird.
Mhm.
So we will see what's up.
Let me ask you this. Let's move on to the Pele.
The Pele.
The Pele Pele. Do you think that Philip deserves any redemption?
No.
Like he's done. You just cut him off right now. He's done.
Well, and the reason why is because I was about to give him some redemption last week. But
Mhm.
then this week he just showed that, like, oh, okay, he's not going to be the one who's against Marcos.
It's probably
Um,
gonna be Rosenfeld if it's not gonna be Philip.
Rosenfeld, she wants to become a governor though, dude. Governor of
She's
Medina.
she is wise beyond her years in the space, all right?
She
She
could be a
recognizes
spy. You
things.
know what I'm saying?
That's also true too. You
Hmm.
who could know? I mean, they got
Yeah.
people out that don't really agree with him, but they're only there because they have to be.
Hmm.
So they're definitely could she could be the one to stab him in the back when things really get dire for him.
Yeah.
It's possible.
Because she sees him
Um,
as reckless. She sees Marco
yeah,
as reckless. But I think that I was giving Philip, I was like, okay, you know what? He may be the person who may come up against his father, Marco.
mhm, yeah.
But this episode, when he just sort of went off, like in the lunchroom, the cafeteria, I was
I
like,
think
oh,
that,
okay.
was, that sounded like a scared speech to me. Like I gotta save this thing. Everyone's falling
Yeah.
apart right now.
Mhm.
That's what that was.
But
His heart wasn't in that speech. He doesn't
yeah.
believe it.
But the people who were watching the news, they were like, wow, this is what Marco is doing.
Yeah. Well, because this is why I say I don't believe that his heart was in it. Philip knows more than everybody else does.
Mm.
He knows that his father sabotaged Ceres and killed all the Belters down there. And he also knows that his father didn't do any of this stuff. I mean, like his father didn't blow up Earth. He did it himself.
Mhm.
So he has more information about what is going on right now. Because I think the Belters are probably blaming Earthers for whatever happened with Ceres. They don't know they're responsible for it themselves.
Mhm.
So that's why I say I think that he has a little bit of guilt because you can see he used
Yeah,
putting
he
the
does have guilt for
Plankton on
sure.
there
Mhm.
like once he heard that, oh my god, this guy's brother could have died, and a bunch of people else got hurt too.
Mhm.
Because I think he thought, oh, this is gonna blow up the water, everyone's gonna be fine, Earth will come and it's their problem, rather than it's gonna damage Ceres a lot, and a bunch of people are gonna die. So that's what I'm saying. I think that he's still being naive about what was happening, and he definitely feels some way about it because he felt the same way about the tragedy with Earth. He kind of he's not 100% proud about it. He's conflicted. I'll put it like
Yeah,
that. He's
yeah, he's
conflicted.
definitely conflicted. And the other thing is, he now realizes that the nuke was
Yeah,
disarmed by a
that
person.
was the other thing.
So
Yes.
he's thinking about that. He's like, so why didn't they kill us? Why would someone disarm this nuke to kill us. We're killing all these people. Why? And
Yeah, because
remember,
I
he
think
did poke his head out, and he was like, so you never
but I
know. I
think
mean,
he probably thinks his mother did it. Oh, actually, no. It says Holden on there. It does say Holden on there.
yeah, but she's still on a ship though, too, right? So she could have, told Holder. I mean, that is her boyfriend, right?
But like, he knows that these guys gave them mercy. They could have ended everything right there.
Yeah,
Because it's not a. I think before that he was like, "Oh, we got lucky." And that's what they thought. Oh, we got lucky, whatever. And then he says,
like
"Oh no.
no,
They let you guys live. You could have
yeah,
ended it right
like
there."
your father is a complete nincompoop. He has no
Yeah,
defensive skills, nothing. You
he's
know,
about to lose everything right then and there because he's stupid, and you were right to call him out.
right? And then he's so pissed off
Mm-hmm.
that he just narrowly escaped this nuke that
Yeah.
he spaced like the top two commanders in charge of the other ship, and then said if
Mhm.
anyone from Grammicus tries to stop you, also space them, right?
Yeah, like Roosevelt had to say, like, "Hey,
It's
all right,
just
your
like,
captain's still
but dude,
good, man.
this
What are you
is
doing?"
right. And the other thing is, this is like we're in battle. So
Man, you can't afford
sometimes
to
you're
lose here,
just,
buddy.
it's a surprise. And next thing you know, you don't have enough time to react. And
Yeah.
because of that, you're now going to kill people who decided to join your free navy. This guy, man,
Yeah, it's not
he's
it's
he's
not it's not a good look. But the other thing you gotta
he's
think about too is
narcissistic,
that
dude.
the people who are in charge, the captains, they actually have experience fighting and doing stuff.
Yeah,
The people underneath them, they haven't done anything. They're
nothing.
not part of this. They were just this is their job. Like I know how to do navigation, I know how to do whatever comms or whatever, and now I'm working on this ship. The people at the top, they're the only people who've actually been in battle any level. And you're just gonna get rid of them? That's stupid.
I
That's
think
dumb on so many levels.
I think the Martians who joined the Free Navy are going to realize that wait a minute, because the Martians are like they have been in battle. They are battle hardened. They
Yeah,
understand
they know what
military
they're doing
tactics,
too.
the whole nine, right? And once they
Mhm.
see what Marcos is doing, or and like just his weird, battle tactics, they're like, wait a minute, dude, this is not a strategy, man. This is just like
Alright.
this is not this doesn't work. We need to do something else here. So I
Because it
think that the
yeah, yeah.
Martians or Mars, the people who joined his free navy who actually are soldiers, real soldiers, they're gonna be like, no, this ain't the guy we want to follow, right?
Yeah, do they have their own ships? Like, what I'm kinda curious because I don't think everybody went through the gate to be colonists. I think some of them are still out there helping him. But you have to these guys are actually in a real army. They weren't just pirates hanging on stealing
Yeah,
stuff. They know what
they
they're
were
doing.
they were soldiers, man. Like, the Martians were fighters. They were soldiers, man. They were in battle.
Yeah.
So, and you got this free navy's just like, hey, you want to join us? Come on. But
Mhm.
I think eventually there would be some type of mutiny against him,
Oh, yeah, I
right?
agree.
So,
100%.
and he's gonna die really weird. He's gonna get killed really weird.
I think
You know,
it's
you
gonna
can,
I think it's 50-50. Either he's gonna be captured or blown up and just ended. I think
he
Philip's
won't let
probably gonna
himself get
survive.
captured. Do you think so? I think Philip may get captured. He'll stay
Philip's
alive.
probably gonna get captured, but I think it's 50-50 that either gets captured or blown up.
Yeah.
Like that how it ends, they capture him or gets blown up.
Or how about this one? How about if it's Naomi who spaces, Marco?
Well,
Like,
that's a good
you
point too.
space me, I'm gonna space you.
Some karma, some space karma.
Some
That's
space
possible
karma,
too.
man. Come on, you know what I'm saying? That's totally possible. And the other thing with you know, Marco, is Rosenfeld, man, she stands up to him. She's like, dude, this is
Yeah, she's not scared of him.
why do you want to kill people? This is like,
Yeah, yeah.
where does this stop? Where does it end? It's just like you don't have to kill people who are in your own, free navy.
Hey, you're on your team. Like, what are you doing? I get you hate Earth. That's great, but why are you killing your own people? And he did a lot of that.
I
He killed
know.
everybody a lot of people in series. He's been killing people in the because if they won't join, he kills them. and destroys their ship and just take their parts. Like
Dude, that
he's been
is
killing
it.
a lot of builders. Not a good look on his
That
part. He
is.
needs everybody he can get.
So yeah, Marco, man, his days are numbered. We all know that.
He's
His
gonna get
crew is gonna.
stabbed in the back for
Yeah.
sure.
Mhm.
That's 100%. I'm certain about that. But like, who and what happens to him at the end, I don't know.
Yeah. Here we are on a Rocinante, and
Mm-hmm.
I was looking at that, and I said, "Oh, okay, Peaches." She was checking the log files.
She's doing her due diligence.
Right.
She's a great what is it, partner,
She's a,
worker, whatever you
she's
want to
part of
call
the
it. She's
crew.
great at
She's
it.
part of the
Part of the
crew now.
crew.
But
Yes.
the weird thing about that, it's not weird, but these are systems that are run by computers, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if it's run by a computer, then there will be log files. You
Yeah.
will be able to find
He had,
out what
he
happened
had to know
when,
that was going to happen. He had to
right?
know that was going to happen.
Or he did not think that, maybe Peaches was that smart or no one would look at these log files. But she did find it, and she did find out that, wait a
Mm.
minute, this missile, this nuke was
It's too good.
disarmed.
Yeah.
So, and Amos was a little pissed off. Naomi was like,
He's hot.
dude, you got to kill these
Yeah.
fools.
Yeah. Naomi was like, "Don't you dare use me as an excuse to go
Exactly.
do this."
Because Holder was
I
like,
agree with her.
I don't know how I would feel waking up knowing that I killed your son. She was like, dude, no. See,
Here's the thing, though.
I thought
Here's
you
the
were a
thing.
man.
But here's the thing, though. He's
Mhm,
not wrong based on
mhm.
her previous experience.
Yeah.
He's not wrong.
Why did you do that?
Yes,
She's like,
absolutely.
you never know because she's neurotic. So you just don't
Yes.
know how she would
There's
react.
one day she's gonna roll over and why'd you kill my son?
Mhm.
And you're like, here we go. I knew this was coming. Yeah, one day she's gonna roll over and say that. So like he's not
He's
wrong.
why didn't he just like put that up for debate? Like, listen, here's he fired the missile. Is everyone
Well,
okay with this?
because he did. It's Bobby that fired it. 'Cause Bobby was like, "Screw it, we tried," and he
Right.
was like, crap," because he was trying to talk to him, like, "Hey, dude, we got you dead to rights. Let's chill." And Bobby was like, we tried." She waited 2 seconds, like, we
Mhm.
tried.
But
Her finger was
wasn't
over
everyone
the
on the
button.
bridge like where he could have said, okay, we see that Marco and
Bobby jumped the gun though because
Philip is here.
he was still talking this through, and Bobby's hand was over the button, like, "Nah, we're done. We're done here. We tried." She didn't give
Wow,
him.
man.
She gave him a half a second to be like, "I up fired it. Oh well." That's what
What
she
do you
did.
think's
So,
gonna happen once Bobby finds out that the missile
Bobby's
was,
going to be
and
livid.
she's gonna put on her uniform and start Swiss cheesing some
Yeah,
folks, huh?
yeah. This is why Peach is a great crew member, because she was like, "Don't you dare tell her."
Mhm.
He's like, I've seen crazy before. Don't you dare let her think it was a error, a billion and one
A
chance.
dud. Mm-hmm.
It's a dud. As far as we're concerned, it was a dud. Everybody who
Wow.
knows, and let this thing go. Don't say Jack, all right? So yeah, it's a tough call because she's hell bent on airing this dude out because she took what happened to Mars personal with what they did to them. They took all the ships, they took a
Yeah.
bunch of
Oh
soldiers.
yeah,
They
she's
they basically
definitely.
crippled Mars.
Mhm.
Yeah, so she's literally taking it personal. Like, we got to get this dude, and I can see how this would cause a rift in the ship. Everybody knows except her too. On top of that, that's what makes it worse because
Yeah.
they're all walking around with this information
Uh,
that deserves debate.
I think that Holder will have to address everyone, and also, or just at least Bobby. But I think he's going to have to address everyone and say, listen,
He's got to
this
address
is
it.
why I did it. I'm sorry. You know, we now know where everyone stands. Let's go get this guy.
Yeah, I think that too. If they were still shooting when Bobby launched the missile, he would have been fine with it. But
Mhm.
because they were like basically wounded, and there's nothing they could do, they were a duck. They were a wounded duck. They're
Yeah.
just floating in space at that moment. It, I think it was kind of a mercy thing to be like, well, we can't take you out now, out of respect. But you can't dude. This guy blew up half of Earth, man. Kick rocks, dude.
He killed
Take
millions
this
of people, man. Millions.
billions of people. This
Billions
guy's
of
killed.
people. Yeah.
I would be like, listen, all right, hold this L real quick. We're gonna shoot 2 missiles just to be sure. I don't feel any ways about that. I don't, because the speech that Holden gave to Peaches about like, hey, we're trying to solve all our issues through battle or whatever. I forgot how he worded it, but it's like we can't use battle to solve our issues, or whatever he said.
Mm.
And she's like, yeah, that's the reason why I didn't kill you, but you can see like
Dude.
she's not, her heart wasn't in there. Like I get that part, but dude, like you had it right here.
Mhm.
Could end of the show right now. Like
So that's what. So you kind of feel that Holder has to address the crew and say what he did
he's got
and
to say
why he did
why.
it and why
He
he
has to
did it.
come up
Right.
the reason of, well, namely, son looked us right in the screen, so like I felt bad. Like that's not good enough.
Yeah.
He's got to come up with a solid reason for why he didn't do it.
Like the truth. Like basically, I did not want to kill the son of the woman I'm dating.
I
Basically,
don't think
that's what
that
he said.
Amos is a sociopath. It's not gonna work on him.
Right, but I'm
He's no
saying
killer.
that's what he said to Naomi. He was like, "Listen, I did it because I did not want to have that burden on my
Yeah,
dome that I killed your son. That's the real reason."
that's a solid argument for Naomi, but
Hmm.
nobody else on the crew cares. They could give less than
Yeah.
two rocks
So,
about that. As I'm
but he
saying, for
definitely
her,
has. Yeah,
it's solid. Yeah,
he has to come correct though, right?
whatever reason he has to, he needs to talk to the crew, because if they find out, if Bobby finds out any other way, it's gonna be a problem because she don't need them, and she's strong enough to take over. Like,
Dude,
and the other thing too is, I think the crew would let her at this point because
let
they're
ooh,
not happy with what Holden's
let
doing. With the
Holder,
aim
man.
is for sure.
Holder's a rock star though in the galaxy, man. Come on.
I know he is, but on the Rocinante right now, I don't know. Like
Bobby's got
Naomi's
some chops though.
crumbling.
Yeah.
If Bobby and Amos and Peaches say, "Yeah, we're taking over," what are you gonna do? Naomi's gonna be like, "They're making some strong points right now."
Well, I mean, the other thing is like this is not a ship that's part of like any,
Yeah, they're on their own.
they're on their own exactly. So it's not like they're part of the UN, even though they help, you know.
Yeah, they technically.
So yeah, so I don't know, but it's gonna be pretty interesting. What do you think about the interaction between Christian and Monica? Christian was like, everything you recorded, that's going to make us appear weak. And,
Well, I
Monica
mean,
was
it's too late
basically
for that.
saying, yeah, Monica was basically saying, we need to, that's the point, you need to show that, um, you understand, the Belters and the Belters understand,
Yeah,
us. But
I don't get the
right
argument
now,
because Christian made her show videos of what happened on Earth. That makes them look weak already. So like, what this is adding to it. I don't think
I,
that it changes anything really.
I think the what Monica was saying was basically like, no, this is gonna make you look human
Yeah,
if
and
you
I agree with
right.
Monica on this. I don't agree with normally, I'm like 100% whatever Christian says, I'm like, "Go for it, you're right." But this instance, Monica's right.
Yeah, and you could tell like when she said that to Christian was like, oh, this actually she's right. You could
Yeah.
see it in her
Like,
face. She was like, she's right. It stopped right then and went to another
mhm,
scene. So it's just like,
mhm.
no, you have to show compassion on both sides, and it's okay to say that you don't quite understand the
Yeah.
Belters, or we need to make sure that everyone knows that the Belters are human too. And that's what Monica is trying to get across. Like, you guys need to show that that Belters are human as well. Um,
Yeah.
so
Which I
that's
think is
pretty
fair.
interesting.
That's
Yeah.
good. Because everybody's not 100% on Team Marcos right now.
No.
And the
Mm-mm.
more information they get, the better for them.
Yeah.
So like you just hearing, oh, there's explosion in this series, but you don't know what happened or how it happened or why, that kind of stuff. So if you just took out, well, the Marcos planted bombs here to sabotage us. Even if you take that out, just
Mhm.
seeing the carnage that was caused by whatever happened there, and humans took casualties as well, or Earthers took casualties as well as Mars
Mhm.
and the Belters. Like it seems like you're united on Marcos is a piece of crap. We got to deal with this guy. Why are we aligning with him? And so
Yeah.
I think that 1-2 punch between Kamina and this, with what's going on here with the information from series, it's doing damage to the belt. I don't think that everybody's 100% on board with this thing anymore.
No, in Nico, she doesn't have like crazy command over the Belters. She's the only
Okay.
one. She's the only one left. She's the only one in charge. If someone came down there with who was more
Mhm.
who has more charisma, right? Who
Yeah,
can
she
move? She doesn't have
that
a
she'll
lot
be
of
done.
charisma.
She'll be
She's
done.
just like, we're Belters, let's do it. Yeah, 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 yeah. And it's just like, no, you can't just say, hey, we're Belters. It's just like, okay, Belters are like,
Mhm.
where's the water? Because we
Yeah,
don't have any.
you don't have any food, water, or
Yes.
air, and you're talking about we don't need no Earthers. Like, come on, stop it,
Like
stop.
if we stick together, we can all die together. And at least we're not taking any handouts. It's like, dude, no, that's not the point.
That
Right?
was a Jim Jones level speech right there. Like, what
Right,
are you talking
exactly. Like
about? You don't have
here's
nothing.
the fruit punch.
Yeah,
Or the
exactly. If
Kool-Aid.
you have no resources.
Mhm.
If it wasn't for Earth, this thing would have ended already. Like, what are you talking about? You don't need anybody. Get rid of these Earthers on the space station. What are you talking about? That irritated me so much because I think the issue with the Belters, they're very short sighted, and so Fred Johnson, he's looking at big picture here of okay, we're gonna need help. We gotta work together in this situation, and
Mhm.
maybe we can help pull us up to a level where we have a say, because they don't have a say right now. You're an employee at this point, so you're Earth or Fred was like, bring us up to a level where we have a say, and then we'll talk about this together in unison.
Right. Mhm.
And she's back to, we don't need anybody. We'll do this on our own. Like, come on, man. Have you not learned anything from this show?
Man, it is this show, episode number 4, Redoubt. There wasn't
Mhm.
a lot going on, but again, they are being very strategic and
It's breadcrumbs.
they are laying these breadcrumbs so well. Okay, here we are. The Expanse season 6, episode number 4, Redoubt. Give me your rating.
I give it a solid 8. It's a solid 8. More breadcrumbs. We need a little bit more action, like the last show, but I know that's for a reason, because they're gonna have a big build up at the end of the season, so that's all good. Spread the money out. Spread it out.
Yeah, yeah. It's weird. Okay, so here we go again. I'm piggybacking not because you said 8, but because I thought it was an 8. So I'm also
Mhm.
giving it an 8. And like I said, we've been piggybacking like for the last 4 episodes here. Last
Mhm.
week we did a 9. The week before that we did 8.5. Today we're doing an
Mhm.
8. I think I'm giving it an 8 because it wasn't a lot of action, but it was some really good breadcrumbs and
Mhm.
breadcrumbs that they continue laying down from each episode. I'm fascinated with Laconia. Um, I'm fascinated with what's popping off with Kamina and her crew. Just
Yeah.
everything, man. It's just all these bright. You get it. Sometimes you watch a show and
Mhm.
there is just one episode that just completely sucks, and you're like, I gotta
Yeah.
wait next week to even see what's going on.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Here
Well,
we
I'll
are,
say this
4
though.
episodes, and none of them suck.
Well, because I know that Laconia is Mars,
Mhm.
and basically that the Admiral Duarte, whatever his name is, there, Laconia's storyline just got way more interesting. I
Mhm.
didn't really care about the girl and the space dog, whatever. Once I found out he was there, I was like, oh, okay, all right, something's going on down there. I
Yeah.
knew it was important because they kept showing it at the beginning of every show, but
Mhm.
it's really important now. So I'm
Yeah.
excited. I want to know what's going to happen now.
Well, there you have it. Another episode of the Behind the Groove podcast. I am Basil Barrington.
I am DJ Keo.
Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. And until next time, peace.
All right.